Alright, hello to anyone watching. Once again, for the third day in a row, I'll be attempting to solve the Advent of Code challenge on stream. Once again, have not looked at today's challenge at all, haven't seen anything yet. All I know is, it'll probably be fine. Anyways, let's see what today's challenge is about. Yes, that printing department. Because we turned the escalators from stairs back into escalators. You ride the escalator down to the printing departments. They're clearly getting ready for Christmas. They have lots of large rolls of paper everywhere. There's even a massive printer in the corner to handle the really big print jobs, obviously. Decorating here will be easy, they can make their own decorations. What you really need is a way to get further into the North Pole base while the elevators are offline. Actually, maybe we can help with that, one of the elves replies when you ask for help. I'm pretty sure the cafeteria on the other side of the back. There's a cafeteria on the other side of the back wall. If you could break through the wall, you'd be able to keep moving. It's too bad all our forklifts are so busy moving those big rolls of paper. Guess we're advancing Kool-Aid Man style. Suppose that works. Optimize the forklifts. Yeah, maybe you'll have a spare. Alright, so optimize the forklifts. That's the rolls of paper. That's a grid. Fewer than 4. Ah. So I need to check for any rolls with less than 8 or less than 4. Less than 4 neighbors. Ah, that makes sense. Okay, that's not too bad. Just a sec. Alright. First, I still need to get the inputs because I didn't do that yet. Same procedure as always. That looks like an input. And just like literally every other day, usual. Now I'll need to find some way to parse the grid. This is still pretty easy, all things considered. Anyway, so probably want to wrap it in a struct for convenience. Right, so I should be able to do width, height. Above we can just see. Do I want to be lazy and just make it U8s? Screw it, U8s are good enough. I'll just do by bytes instead of by characters, because it's all easy anyways. Anyways. This I need. Might as well do it properly. With height, I'll do it this way. This probably easiest if I start with a VEC and then convert from there, because I can just do... Should be width times height. Value, I'll just make, for convenience sake, a dot. So that is generally the empty value. So box slice. Would help to set a return type. Alright. And I don't know the trace for getting set, so I'll just make my own methods. Okay, if x, we'll make that. Width times y plus x. And why was that not working? Also, that should not be option grid, that should be a U8. Of course. Also, yes, that should definitely be a reference to self, because I do not need to consume self to get something. This one will look much the same. Results, I can just be lazy. Actually, instead of doing that, I can just copy the condition, because it really is the same condition. Else. Alright, that's a simple grid with get and set methods. Simple, but it should work. Anyways. I probably want to parse the input in some way. If I can type. Probably be a result. Probably safer. That can be a result of grid or string. String is fine. Trace the line. Actually, it can be even worse. Iterator abuse, my beloved. That map is not the one yet, I don't think. It is usable just a for loop, I think. I'll just get width and height from width will be That should be the number of lines. Because okay, or is probably the easiest. Just in case there is something wrong with the input. It won't be, but always good form. Question mark operator, my beloved. This one should just be... height is just a number of lines, so... why don't lines have a length? Hey, just counts, it's fine. Doesn't matter that much anyways. Efficiency isn't the most important with this parsing. Let's see, that's the grid. For each line. Actually, I really want... to enumerate that because I do want that. But in enumerate bytes, we can do. It can be easy about it since you don't need to set the dots. So if bytes is equal to add character, then g dot set x y at. Okay, what can I do with there? Upper. Oh, because propagate, nice. I can just say. Actually, I can just say. I can just say expect because I know it's not going to be more than width or height, so. That's the parsing done. I've forgotten yet again, I am so stupid. Again, one of these days I will learn to hide things correctly, but again, I need to find a way to remind myself. Anyways, I'll just show the code off. Despite being late. There's a grid, has width, height, and just an array inside basically. Make that through a vec because it's easier. Get with a balance check, set with a balance check. Standard stuff. And parse input. Just get the width and height by measuring the length of the first line and just the number of lines. Make a grid. When it's not, when it's an at, just set it. And that's the input. So what I need to do is just count the number of rolls. counts. Accessible roles. Wait, grid. For the use size. So then, I could do it with iterators actually. Do I want to though? Because this is gonna get messy. But it will be 0 dot dot height. Why? Oh, is that? Okay, for that. Y. I'll do it like this. I can. Zip is the one. Oh, that's not what I wanted, I don't think. No, it's not. How do you Cartesian products and rest? That's iter tools. I don't want that. I'll do it simple for now. Height. For width. So first, there might be a more efficient way to do this, but I really don't care. I'm just going to do it simple. I'm going to look for role, then look around. If there's more than 4 roles, don't add. If there is fewer, add. Simple but effective. What, can I just directly do this? Oh, I love pattern matching so much. That is beautiful. I gotta do negative matching. That's a shame. Oh well. Still work, just gonna end up nesting a bit more than I'd like. Now I need to check around this. On the roll, then can write that in just a second. Non-adjacent is less than 4. Add 1 to sum. I could inline that, but it's fine. And I'm breaking that to a function to prevent making just way too many nests. And grid, because I don't need the whole thing. Turn U size. Here I do gotta be a bit careful. Good like this with Nitz Razor, I think. Like this, I could just... Can have a Y offset, and this will be X offset. I've done this sort of thing before. I need to be a little careful here because X and Y start at 0, so you can't subtract 1 without checking. But luckily, Rust is pretty cool. Where? I can use these. Checked add. I should probably do that as Y and then X, just for consistency's sake. Not work. That is annoying. Suppose for niceness, since I'm 64, I'll make these 64 bits. Could technically make that eye size, actually. Do that, and X. Checked add exo. This has a nice property that if it were to go out of bounds, like if this goes out of bounds from subtraction, it doesn't keeps working. There won't be any integer underflows. And finally, I think I can once again do this. I can just do grid.get at nx and ny. But I gotta be careful. I can't cast this to eye size. Oh, that's a mistake on my part. Oh, that is annoying. Because if it's an eye size, check that doesn't work. Can't just do -1. That's... Needs to be done with U size math. That may be negative. Why am I doing this to myself? Okay, how do I want to do that then? If I can't... I'll just do 0 and 2 and just do an offset otherwise. Checked add 1 and then do it. Actually, I don't really have to worry about that. Overflow isn't a concern, so I can do just wipe as one checked sub. YO. That'll work, I think. Yes. Check sub XO. That worked. Now I don't need to cast these to U size because it's already correct. Actually, I can just do filter. How do I want to? Why aren't you U size? Better question, why are you ref U size? Because it's a filter. Oh no. Can't just use filter. I guess filter's fine. Same here. If I use filter, not quite it. I think I do a map. Not perfect. Ideally I want to count if. Like a conditional count, but I can't do that, I don't think. Why doesn't that work? That doesn't work, but I can just do some into sum as U size. That checks rounds and user bound overflows. Not perfect, but ideally I need like Cartesian products for this to flatten these two maps into one, but I can't. Not an easy way anyways. Guess since it's only 8 elements I could manually check. And this is gonna return one too many. Unless... And... I could do this or just be lazy and just sub 1. Now it doesn't work anymore. Why is it so bad in inferring it here? Unless I just do it in a very, very horrible way. What if I just get rid of one of these layers altogether? And just fixed set it. This is gonna be ugly, but I bet you it does work. Yes. Don't. Okay, I don't need to check 1-1 because that is the center. I can check 2, 2, and is it awful? Yes. Does it work? Yes. That works. Why does it? Can't just do a filter, I guess. They can just count. Why are you expecting I-32s? Oh, that is stupid. No. Because I need to duple that. That worked. No, that doesn't. Why are you like this? Whatever, just deref here, that's fine. Kind of annoying, but it's fine. Should be it. It's kind of ugly that I have to do this, but it works. Now let's make the grid. But expect parse inputs, then print line because do I want to be nice and test it on test input first? Yeah, sure. That's fine, I can do it on the test input first. Just to be sure I didn't mess anything up. So this one should be 13. Let's see if I actually did it correctly then. Actually set it to run day 4. That looked promising. And if I'm right, that would be 1349 rolls. Let's see if I know how to write code still. Hey! Not bad for a first attempt. That wasn't too bad. Oh, I should probably actually show part 2 first. Okay, part 2. Just as much as the paper as possible. Oh dear. Okay, that's kind of a nuisance. Okay, I want to drive I want clone now, because I'm going to do some nasty. Oh no. I don't know if my code is fast enough for this. It's it really is the classic Advent of Code experience where part 1 is asking if you solve the problem and part 2 is asking if you solved it properly. Oh no. This will probably be recursive. Oh no. Yeah, this is gonna be mute next grid clone. I might as well. I'm seeing this correctly. You can't remove multiple roles in one pass, so I'll just make a clone of the grid for convenience sake. Okay, how do I want to do this? So if it's 0, then 0, else like if I still removed roles. If I have removed role, then I might change it. Otherwise, I'll return sum plus I'm making it recursive. It's probably not going to be very efficient. It's definitely going to be the best solution, but I think it will work. That's important. So what I can do is I can do add to the sum and set next grid at x and y to a dot. Like, it can't fail. X and Y were already grid coordinates, they are going to fit. I think this should actually be the entire solution. Okay, well, I could also technically adjust this one to return indices as well, but this is fine. Okay, let's hope I didn't accidentally make infinite recursion, because that is a very real possibility. First though, I'm going to check on the smaller input. If this fails, then it's already over. So, according to the site, it should be 43. Well, that's a shame. How? Okay, which one Which one of you is actually not unreachable? Oh, it opens a disassembler. That's not a good start, is it? Oh my. Why is it running on release profile? I should probably be running that on dev if I want actually usable output. That's more like it. You. How is that possible? It's a lines bite. Why? It is 10 by 10, is it not? Then how? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How are you 10? Let me guess. Damn it. Okay, what happened here? Debug. No. Also, I should probably put that here. Send it. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's longer. Why are you that long? How do I have a line that's 14 bytes long? What's going on here? The tabs. God damn it. And it just works. Of all the things, the auto indent is what got me. Ah. That's annoying. It's Rust format's fault too, that's the worst part. Also, let's see if this runs at any reasonable time. That is faster than I expected for a recursive chat, for just a lazy recursive solution. Question is it correct? This shit's too easy. No. No. It can't be that easy. How does... My solution's awful. Why did that work so fast? I literally solved it recursively. It's probably like the worst way to do it almost. Why did this work? Now there are sometimes challenge inputs and I'm pretty sure if I get one of those it's already over. Actually, speaking of challenge inputs... actually, I did see a fun one for yesterday's challenge, which I kind of wanted to try. Should be on here. Yeah. I saw this for yesterday's challenge. I think I might want to try that because this does look fun. I have to find the closest joltage I can produce that's... or the joltage that's the closest to the average. I kinda like that. So I think I'm gonna give this a try as well, because I have time, so might as well do something fun. Also, I should commit this first. Default part 2. Alright, let's see if I can... This one should be fun though. close to the average voltage for... Alright, let's give this a try. I'll start by very lazily copying this and finding a minimum voltage. Why am I doing the minimum here? I've already established that as less. Why am I like this? Anyways, that should find the lowest already, so that's pretty easy. Just for testing. Once again, I keep forgetting, don't I? Anyways, all I did here was change this from looking for a 9 to looking for a 1. I don't know why I had a min here. Very much the same as yesterday. Now the fun begins. Just for testing, gonna find out if I can find... Just for testing, see if I can find the correct max and min. Max J, Min J. Input instead, I will. Once again, I'll just copy paste it from here just to be safe. I think this might be the official example, but just in case, I'm going to copy paste it from challenge. Okay, the low should be 65432 and a bunch of ones. See if I did that correctly. Does make sense. Just disable these for now because I don't want these to run. Just to do it nice, I can do this. At least that's what chance is, right? I think this sum of closest average. Yeah. Should be able to do this pretty easy now. Okay, let's see if this works first of all. It's not good, like, it's gonna panic, but if you run the correct runner. Expected, panicked. Okay, the Min-J didn't work. And that would be why. That is... Wow. Okay. Not quite. I'm missing a few digits. J starts at 0, which is bad. He started big instead, of course. That's also not quite it. First of all, someone took too many digits. Also, it didn't take the correct. Didn't do it right. Because I changed the wrong one. That's sum. That needs to be attenuate because that's the one actually counting. Okay. Hey, would you look at that? I found the correct answer. Oh, hell. Now this is going to be very annoying. I think I know what I do have an idea in mind for how to solve this, but let true average equal min j plus max j divided by 2. There I have the average, and now we need to find the closest possible. Oh no. So I'm gonna have to guess for each digit. I will have to find the number that's closest. Which, how do I want to do this without rechecking a bunch? I guess I can use very similar code. Closest target for a particular battery bank. That should be closest to target bank true average. Okay, now for the annoying bit. Copy paste. Can't set this at 10 now. What would be the safest bet here if I want to get a real number that's close? Any number in the string is going to be closer than this, so that's a good bet. If... oh no, I don't like this. I guess I'll include batteries as input as well. Doesn't need to be, but I might as well. Just in case. Okay, how do I want to map? I think I might want to map this actually. So I can include the target digit straight away. That is 12. Okay, how do I extract that? But this will start at 12, so I need the last digits. I don't want to do that. It's not just dividing by 10 to the 11th then? No, 10 to the 12th. No, to the 11th. So divided by 10. How batteries minus 1. Do that. That'll work. Just in case, I will do debug target and debug target digits, just in case, because there is a very large chance I'll mess this up. Equal to the target digits, then I can do that. Wait, no, eventually that'll just divide by 1, but that's gonna be the whole number, so that's not what I want. Ideally I want to do this without converting target digits into, like, the target into a string. So that would be the easiest. I don't wanna. How do I do that? Wonder if there's a nice way to do this. There is a very easy way to do this. Why did I not think of this? Modulo 10. Just say as you wait for niceness, because it's always going to fit. That's no digits, that'll work. That'll just be might be able to do yes, absolute difference with battery is less than apps diff with J. Oh, that is beautiful. I knew an absolute difference function would have to exist. You know, I think that might actually already be it. There's no way, right? There's no way it's that simple. I don't think it was that simple. I think it's picking the wrong target digits. Don't like that. Because I picked the wrong fucking number. I'm stupid. That isn't exactly something new, though. 82098. Oh my god, it works! I did see some people... I did see at least one person having a solution. Also, that ran way faster than it should have, because this isn't even optimized yet. Okay, let's see. 2100 Let's see, I think I saw something in the comments. That's different. I think I messed up somewhere. Uh-oh. And that is running with the test input. I'm summing, right? Yes. Okay, why is that not... Let me debug the true averages just in case. is computing the closest. Okay, let's see. That is nowhere near. Actually, it did find the closest average correctly there. So why are you so far off? Because it is reconstructing the original number, I think. No, it's not. What is it trying to construct then? If it's not the closest. Probably hide that. Question is, what is it trying? Why is it so far off on some of these? Like this one's close, then it's far, then it's close, then it's... I don't get it. I guess... Yeah, I guess you can't really get closer than that. Yeah, you can because you're picking 9. Oh, because I'm going digit by digit and not for the whole number. Oh. Yeah, that is a problem. Don't want to do it by digits, and how do I want to do it? I know one thing I can do that's gonna make it slower. Well, not slower, but... How do I want to do this? Ideally, I don't want to do this recursively because I might get very slow very fast. I can't target the digits. I would need to keep track of if I'm over or under. I can do something clever here. If my estimate is, like, if estimate equal. Oh, this is gonna get very nasty, but it will work. Because if at some point, like, if I can find the correct digits, then it's good. Because I'm going from largest to smallest, I can do something kind of nice here. So with this, Okay, how do I do need to check here. Because what I'm going to do is, if my estimate is too low, I will look for the largest digits from here on. If it's too high, I will look for smaller digits. Should work. Thing is, how do I determine if I'm over or under here? I can compare with target. Okay, so if self is... If it's too low, it'll be less. Is good. I think this does what I need it to. So, if my target is too low, I will take the maximum, which... I can actually extract these out. Method. So this CMP max. Get rid of that actually. Oh, it does want that. Similarly, I can do CMP min here. In fact, that is call min. Move these down because I can. I can also compare closest if I'm doing this anyways. If I'm going to do this a stupid way, I might as well go all the way for stupid. Don't want estimate here. Drop the ordering from this tuple, I think. Actually, no, I can't. I do need to keep it. Just don't make that a ref. That should be good. That works. Too low, look for the max. That is annoying. How do I change that? this... There's an easy way to do it and a nice looking way to do it. Just continue and done. Continue. This is gonna be... This is gonna be pretty similar, just... I'll do basically the same here. Let's min, of course. Here it should just be for min. Continue on greater as well. This should do it. Don't think that's closer. I think that's further off actually. Okay, yeah, it doesn't come closer for some reason. Finding the average correctly, just not building it right at this point. Equal, I will try to find the closest, which it clearly didn't do right. If I can. Should be able to do. Don't think this will work. Look for targets. So I was looking for an 8 and found a 9. Does it check? Does it even check out? I don't think it does. Could have just taken an 8. Why didn't it take an 8? That's the real question here. Did I mess up the inputs somehow? Target JI estimate mediates path. This is target digit. We found it. Done. I think here I could do the debug. think this will be the issue. Actually, it might work. That is true. Wait a second. It's equal, but it says it continues, so why does it stop? Wait a second. Because this is checking the digits and I'm doing this ordering stuff too early. If it's done, then I need to do less. It'll always turn into a done, right? No, it won't. Doesn't matter, because if it's done I can say it's less, otherwise it might still be estimates. I think that might be the issue. For continue, it needs to still look for the closest. I don't think this will work because now I'm never, with the equal check, I'm never, if I'm trying to find the closest digits, it will never actually set it to compared one. How does that work? If I'm never checking for the compared, then so that is just what the current guess is. I can still change for a digit, so really I would need to do this at a different layer. I need to do it like here. Remaining is all the batteries, so this just keeps trying to find the closest for each possible digits. But this doesn't work the way I think it does, that's the problem. I would need... The problem is the equal case, because I need to keep searching through digits. Basically, so long as I find the same digits, the algorithm is different. I don't know if I want to bother rewriting this to solve it. Kind of is a pain. I don't think I'm gonna. Maybe some other time, but not today. My solution. I thought it would be fairly easy to rewrite my solution, but it just isn't. So I think I'm just gonna leave it here for now. Oh well, at least I tried. Maybe I'll try again tomorrow if I've had some more time to think about it. I thought my solution would have been easier to rewrite, but it's particularly finding the right digits that's proving difficult. Anyways, tomorrow is Friday. I don't know if I'll have time to do another stream tomorrow. We'll see. And if I don't, I'll just save the challenge for when I do have time. So when I'm back doing this, I'll probably have multiple challenges stored up to do in a row. But either way, that's a problem for another time. Because I think we're going to call it a day for now. But anyways, till another time. See ya. Goodbye.